usually run somebody off and then somebody else comes back. I try to be here as much as possible so they know that activity, and that usually keeps them away.
Oh, yeah, because that's not good.
Yeah, that's kind of a noise. Yeah, the brick is one of the violations of the city. Let's get this place secure. I mean, I don't try to hassle them. Nice.
No, I don't ever hustle either. I give them a lot of respect.
Yeah, because they can come back.
Right. So you want to give them respect.
Like, you know, they're like, I just always say, just don't, like, mess the place up, please.
Don't break anything.
Yeah, if you can sleep on the porch, you're going to anyways, you know, just respect.
Well, hopefully we're going to get things around some.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hopefully a different place to
Yeah. I feel bad
Oh,
for
do you want to show Arthur around? He's going to do the security.
Yeah.
Of it.
So, living room, obviously.
Of what I need also in order to hyperanalyze the space.
Yeah,
There should be a chandelier there or
there
something.
is. I took it down to restore it
Great.
because we had both originals.
Wow.
So I thought put the originals back would be.
I would love that. Yeah. This looks like an original right here.
That's from
Almost.
home. They had a really cheap chandelier here, but I had this from a demo job I did.
Wow.
So I was like, this fits the time period.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
But otherwise, every light in here is original for the most part. If it's not, then they have it downstairs.
Uh-huh.
They did a really good job of keeping everything. I don't have lights in here. Putting that up in the original wiring just flaked apart. So
That's all right. Yeah. That happens.
we have a bathroom,
That's crazy.
washroom here, and things kind of stink. The sewer gas is coming out. Two of these. These were the original sconces on the Alice Hotel. And they took one of them.
They were out there.
They were in here, they broke that window out. And
He's really impatient.
come on in.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm kind of worried he doesn't have insurance on the building.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get there. I'll have to get there.
Okay. And of course the security there is kind of concerning because obviously there's regular security out there.
Yeah, we ran them off. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm usually like, while we're here, can you just
Yeah.
leave? Yes, if we can sleep around my
There are
feet.
about 5 of them.
Where's the, was this what it was?
Yeah, they broke that.
So where's the original one that was in here?
That's the original glass.
No.
And the smoking room, damaged by water, once used as a place after dinner for smoking, will now be used as a greenhouse. Let me.
And this room
See
was
what we
two
got here?
rooms.
This was
That's the
two
original.
rooms.
You would have like a butler's pantry and then probably the kitchen. Kitchens were real small back there.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about because wow, look at that. So did this used to be a gas range or something like that, or I'm guessing in 1903 they would have had a wood cook stove.
This is a 50s edition,
Okay,
and this all works.
great.
It's kind of cool.
And what is this?
It's a flat top skillet with my pancake.
Oh, okay.
or flat top.
Or yeah, and you can cook bacon on it, and it looks like the grease all goes down here, so that's good.
Yeah.
So
And then this is a blender. You're missing it, but you put the blender in here. And
wow. Yeah, it was built for a very specific type of blender, and they have those now.
yeah.
Modern, but they're just attachments. But we could redo some things. But yeah, I know in the past they used to build kitchens really small,
Yeah.
and now they build them really big.
And this is how I know it's 2 rooms. We have 2 doors. So you have the double doors that went into whatever. That was a butler room, and that was a kitchen.
Well, then why did that get sealed off? Oh,
Yeah.
I see this wall. Yeah, this wall was just added in.
That's a modern wall.
Oh, that's great though. There's lots of storage.
This room here was the servant. Yeah, this was the servant's living room. Servants' rooms were all done in ochre pine,
Wow.
and the rest of this wood is mahogany. So
Wow.
this is where the servants got to hang out when they weren't working.
The wall. Wow.
So, Steph said that was one of the 2, one got stolen. Where'd that go?
This was with the Alice Hotel. And then you can see here, there was a wall.
Okay.
So there was a wall right here. And kitchens, as you probably know, were very small.
Right.
And that was probably a summer kitchen. Right here is where they cook outside in the summer, because this is an outside area.
Yeah.
So this to me looks like a summer kitchen.
That's fun. There's the old bulb. Somebody put the old bulb in. Nice tile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even the sunrooms.
And it's got heating
It
too.
does.
Yeah. So in winter you can still use some room.
Yeah, so this to me, you know, they all had like your stove was outside mostly.
Okay.
The heat, they didn't want it in the summer. So all this glass is gone, and I'm not even sure if it ever had glass. Maybe just
It was
been
just screened in. But yet they had heat, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Unless, is that connected?
It's connected.
Okay. So when's the last time, tell me the story on the boiler. I mean, because it was occupied, they're using it as their office, so.
8 years this place has sat empty, and they never drained it. So the boilers, when I had a boiler company come look at it, they said it was just far too rusty. So it just water sat in there, and you know, they're under pressure.
Okay.
So he just said, I won't ever trust this thing to hold the pressure.
So did he take it?
No,
It's still there?
it's still there.
Is it drained?
It's drained now.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was
Okay.
just, you know, it has these big cast iron cells, and he was just chipping the metal off. He goes, I would have pressurized this thing. Those things are bombs.
Okay.
Oh my.
So everything's intact though, all the system?
The system's intact. I've got a bid for $13,000 to replace, because it weighs 900 pounds.
Yeah, but they replace it with small ones now. Is it just heating water and running the water
Yeah.
through the pipes? Yeah, I mean, Munchkin boilers run 6,000, and I mean, we replaced one at the theater, and that big old boiler, and now the Munchkin's right
Yeah.
here, and it's just basically running water.
And I've done construction for 20 years, so I was just thinking, you know, I could probably hook that sucker up. You know, it's plumbing, it's pressure you know.
Right.
It's what they want is it's just a lot of lugging those things around heavy and
Yeah, and with that being old too, I mean, the connections are there's probably a bad connection somewhere or another.
yeah, well, it needs it needs to be inspected.
Yeah.
Everything's
Yeah, they have a guy, comes by, and we put him off because I said, oh, we just have some other kind of heat. Because
Yeah.
there's a boiler inspector.
Yeah.
coming by, and they're really strict, and they charge a fee, and you got,
yeah. Well, the city's
No.
asking for
what were
gas
they
line
asking for?
gas line inspection, and they want boiler inspection.
Okay.
Because you know that's just
So these were put in the 70s.
this
We
was
had one.
done in 1958 apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Because that's a component. See, you have your mixer, and
We don't have it, unfortunately.
You don't have
That's
that?
cool.
could probably get it
Yeah, I
because,
found them online for
Yeah.
cheap. but-
yeah, and then you'd have your components, you'd have your Cuisinart, your mixer, everything, and you'd store that and you bring it down here and
It'd be fun if
there's your motor.
somebody's doing a mid-century or something
Uh-huh.
to restore.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I can't figure that out.
Like in the storage space. Yeah, if you painted these cabinets white and put granite on the tops
It'd be
and new handles,
Pretty
you'd
good.
be- oh my God, you'd have
Snap down floor.
a new floor in here, yeah.
Yeah, this is really the
Lighting.
only room that's not been kept original. You know?
Yeah, well, you'd have to update the kitchen. Kitchens
Yeah.
were, they were afterthoughts at first, you know, now they're forethoughts. Now this goes down the basement, yeah.
You might want to see that back door. If we hit this for security. It's boarded up on the back door.
Do you have keys to that, so there's a lot of trash, or it looked as if there was trash.
There's a ton of trash in that
Yeah,
area.
back there, so, but do you have access to that?
I don't have a key to that lock. I don't know if he does or not.
Hopefully somebody does.
If not, I'll
really
snap
old.
it off and put a new one on.
Hmm.
But another conversation we have to have is the neighbor there, his fence is falling down. So
Yeah.
he can come in.
Oh.
He said if we go to the fence, he'll share that cost.
Okay. You got a lot of tools.
Yeah, when Farmhouse had it, I started doing, when they put their money,
Wow.
we started doing some work. I kind of stopped.
What was the idea of the farmhouse? Just the same thing, or?
Same thing, with the option, you know, especially now that it's really selling here, to move it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, it being on the National Register, that's gonna be hard to do again, isn't it?
Well, you can do it, you can move it, you can tear this place down. You have to pay a tax,
Okay.
and you lose your registration.
Okay.
And that's why, like Paul was saying, you do all your work here, and then move it.
And you've got a quote from a local mover or just?
Local mover.
National, they can't, trying to bring somebody in
From Pennsylvania.
from Pennsylvania, wow.
And they do that all the time, you know, just one semi.
You said that they do, oh, they get a semi?
Yeah, the rig they have moves itself, but they put all that rig onto one semi and come down.
Come down,
They
wow.
have to put it in three different pieces though.
Well, it depends on where it's going. There's a great spot down on Market Street where there's these two 1970s apartments.
Uh-huh,
And then there's big Victorian houses on either side. I was like, how do you take those out? Put that in here, you got a pretty pricey house,
huh,
you know.
interesting.
So you won't have to go far, you just
Uh-huh.
block back and block over.
And it's an empty lot now? is that right?
It's not an empty lot, but there's two,
So you have to tear those down?
yeah, there's two really awful apartments.
Okay.
They just don't fit the neighborhood, you know, there's all these Victorians and then there's two one-level apartment buildings that are like,
Yeah.
oh no, this house would fit perfect right in there.
So, the lawyer, Rick, this is his stuff, right?
This is his, he said he's, he'll
Sounded like
leave
he
this.
wasn't very interested, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the pictures, are they,
These are actually, ours, we
Okay.
just had, everything in here except for that kiln is Rick's. I consolidated it in there.
okay, and that's your mom's kiln?
Yeah.
Or your kiln or whatever?
Yeah.
That's your mom's kiln.
And then there's two desks that he wants to grab, and then there's a whole bunch of log books upstairs.
Okay.
So I'm gonna work to get them into here, just so we know that his stuff is here. I can
Yeah.
lock it.
Okay. Well, Steph, are you
You
tired?
wanna go upstairs?
Yeah.
No, Shannon was wanting to come and I was kinda waiting for.
Oh, you're waiting on her, okay. Well, she can join us. So there's no bath on the downstairs except for this
Just a
one?
half.
Just half, okay.
And all the plumbing leaks. I turned it on about a year ago when we started this project, and I had waterfalls.
Stairs are good.
They're great.
There it's almost no creek. I know
Judge
this.
bought this house from the original owners. There was, what he said, 1,000 handmade Persian rugs on every inch of the floor,
Oh,
overlapping down the stairs.
wow.
And he was a young, that's the,
Now, where are the globes at? Do you have? Oh, wow.
yeah, so that's the other light for downstairs.
Mm.
This had a gas light. You can see the valve. So this was a gas lamp here. That's gone. We don't have this one. So I'm gonna put that back down in the
So you have two of these
Two of these.
for downstairs that match this.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So see this bathroom.
Oh, there's the what else? That's
That's that mortuary that tore down.
Oh yeah,
And that was beautiful.
2001 on the walking. I mean, that was that long.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
They let it go. That's we just let it empty. Have you ever
Well, J.R. Coons, he was so depressed.
have you ever been in that?
I never decided you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. This is what could Tyson do with this, Arthur?
Make it sparkle and shine. Make it like a mirror chrome-like
but there's
finish.
pieces missing, I think, in this.
There's a lot of pieces missing. I found replacements. They're not cheap.
Really?
Yeah.
But in the same configuration?
Yeah. I found one in rough shape for $2,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what did it include? Did it include all this piping and whatnot?
It did. So it had a ring. We had the ring right there. And then it had a rain shower head. And then these would have shower heads.
Wow.
So it was.
So why were the parts here, left here?
I don't know. I dug this out of the basement.
Oh, wow.
So we might get lucky.
You might, sorry, you might find
Digging
some
out of
more
the
pieces.
basement.
Might. I'm not gonna
So
hold
the
it.
tile looks all intact. Oh, that got broken, that's too bad.
Yeah, they broke the top.
Well,
I've been looking.
Well, that can actually probably be glued, if the pieces, well, you got a piece here, it's
Yeah.
like, look at that beautiful tub. Oh my God, and look at the drain, it's not on the bottom, it's on the side.
Yeah.
Now, what about the pieces here?
I haven't found them yet. They assured me that most of the stuff had been kept.
Okay,
So this just had a little cap that you pulled. That's where you pulled your drain.
Okay.
You pulled it.
boy, the porcelain's in great shape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for being this old.
Oh my gosh, yes.
This was that was the light in that hallway when you first walk in. I thought it was be better light for in here.
Uh-huh.
Because this only has 2 sconces for it. Which does a okay job.
So to have electrical in a bathroom is pretty amazing
Mm-hmm.
in that time period.
Yeah. This house.
Wow. But there's no grounds in the house, obviously.
No.
But wow,
Yeah.
that is amazing.
This house was nationally registered because the owner's wife was friends with what is her name? The Temperist. Susan B. Anthony. And so Susan B. Anthony would come once a year to speak at WSU and stay here.
Stay here, wow.
That's a laundry sheet.
Okay, I didn't know what this is. You send the food up.
Yeah.
But no laundry chute, but see, these, it's like.
Yeah, and the 3 bedrooms?
3 bedrooms. This is more of this stuff in here. That's all stuff we would do around. But this is all his. I'm gonna clean that out. They did. This is the thing they did.
It's a lot of storage in here.
And every 2 of the bedrooms had a sink in them because we would wash your face before bed.
Oh my gosh, look at those historical.
this is the office you were talking about.
Yeah, this is, well, it's a bedroom, but yeah, they use it as an office. There's an office downstairs. Yeah, they had all these were, it was him and Don.
I'm wondering, what's the internet situation here? Where would that hook up?
There's
if there were?
a thing downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is this for a good signal?
I am not connected to the internet here.
Cash any of these checks. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is this his office or?
This
what?
was his office.
Okay.
This is his desk.
But he left check. Oh, well, whatever. Don't.
Maybe that was
cry.
his daughter.
Okay, but yeah, that would be a serious thing right away, is getting that roof fixed.
And it doesn't necessarily need to be replacement tiles. We can just get up there and lay patches and seal it.
Yeah, I'd rather, I even replace it with the clay tile, the green ones. But like, there's one out there that could easily be
Yeah.
replaced.
Yeah. There's they can be replaced for sure. And you can tell that they have it. Their colors are off.
Oh, okay.
They do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a set. They usually have like.
Yeah, always smile.
Nice.
Well, right.
Wow.
So who painted this? Did they paint
This
this?
is their paint.
Okay, so this was an office for somebody?
This was his office.
Oh, that's right. You said that.
Is this like a little storage area in here too?
That's a radiator.
No, that's a radiator cover.
Oh.
Let's make it look inconspicuous.
Yeah, this was where the women got dressed. Because in 1903 you had big dresses and big hoop skirts.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So this would have been a woman's bedroom?
This was the master. So like that was his closet.
Oh.
This was her.
Oh, the entire closet, yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah. It's really funny, as big as this house is, it only has 3
Bathrooms. Bathrooms. And 3 bathrooms.
Yeah, it has 3 bathrooms, but 3 bedrooms.
Oh, wow.
3 master,
Large bedrooms because there's
Yeah.
a tall ceiling and it's very, very spacious. So yeah, it's very cool.
Because there's a 4th bedroom here, but it was for the maid, and it's tiny.
It might just be used as a
Yeah.
closet or
Yeah.
or a library. I'm thinking of that little, or maybe just a little reading nook.
Study room or a.
Study room or even a laundry room.
Yeah, now you're
'Cause
talking.
It's real small.
Now you're talking. Where?
It's
Over here?
right
Back here?
here. So you know when you get into servants areas because the wood turns to oak.
Oh, the cheap stuff.
Yeah, so
Oh.
this is their living room, their bedroom.
Okay, this is a good little reading nook.
Yeah. Just
And-
a hole you put a little couch.
Yeah, people don't use servants anymore that much,
Room.
except for
Now
robots.
we all need them. We all
Yeah.
need help.
Well, robots are our primary servants now.
Come upstairs or if you don't like it.
Well, and there's a sunroom this
Here. Yeah.
So 2 bathrooms.
one.
Yeah. I'll let you see it. I've already looked at it.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome. I don't see a lot of sun.
No, this glass here is the original. We have some replacements in there.
Well, it's not. This I can't tell the directions from out here, but this must be north.
That is west.
Okay, so we get more sun in.
Yeah.
Okay, north. Yeah, north, east, southwest. Well, south would be where we're getting most of the sun, but it is shaded partially by here. It would
Yeah.
get more in the afternoon or evening, but it's not really a sunroom in the morning.
No.
Oh man, okay. I guess maybe they didn't want it heating up too much, but I mean, if you want, I could see little palm trees in here and other little tropical plants.
Yeah.
If you want that though, it would need to be warmer, but
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a,
I don't know.
That's,
oh.
and then upstairs, I was told, is a ballroom servants' bedroom.
Okay, so they probably took the time off that.
Ballroom,
Upstairs.
bedroom, servants.
Yeah. So it was more bedrooms for the servants. So
When they're having a ball.
well, just no. This house would have had like probably 4 or 5 servants.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah. So this was the maid because she had access to the family.
So she needed to be quicker to closer to
So the
them.
butler and whoever did the housework lived upstairs.
Oh,
So
okay.
that was just for the maid,
Okay.
not everybody else.
Looks like new carpeting.
And
Fairly new.
Great view,
Oh,
privacy.
best ever, yeah.
Here's that other lovely bathroom.
And that's the, would have probably been 2 beds in here for servants.
Yeah, this is like a bedroom.
And a servant's bathroom, so 4 bathrooms.
Yeah.
But, well, it depends on how you want to count it. Because does a servant's bedroom count as a bedroom?
It does on the book.
Well, nowadays it does, yeah.
All right. Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
Just keeps going, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I like the ceiling height, you know,
Yeah.
that's really a plus. Big closet there, my gosh. So Martin and you could live here?
Well, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
This was apparently the ballroom. They would come up and host their events up here, but I'm not 100% sold because it's the wrong woodwork. If you were having a ball, I would think that a family like this would have a, better woodwork. But I don't know, that's what they said, it's a ballroom.
And whose rugs were all those rugs?
The owners, I don't know, unfortunately, he said he was younger and more stupid, and he threw every single one of them away. And he said, he said, oh, I'm 100 years old, I wasn't gonna keep them, like, oh, you threw away so much money.
You threw away what?
God, the original,
When did he take over?
in the 50s.
50s, okay.
He threw away what?
So, it'd been a lawyer before him, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Persian rugs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the owner, Dodd bought it from the owners, the
Oh.
original builders.
Oh.
So they built it in 1903 and it stayed in the family and then Dodd bought it.
Oh, it was in the family till the 50s?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, and he's got more records up here. What's he gonna do? Well, I guess that's
Yeah.
two months, huh? We're gonna take all that out.
I have a feeling he's gonna leave a lot of it.
And this looks like a pretty substantial. You got a bucket or something? Or
Yeah, I'm not gonna over that.
Yeah, because of the water stained floor, beautiful floor,
Yeah.
very flat.
Yeah, for being probably unkept like it is, it's in
Uh-huh.
great shape.
Tiles, look. There's one cracked over here. Let's see if I can see that. Yeah.
Possibly a couple here, there's a nest up there. Oh, and we're missing a window, I just noticed that.
Yeah, it's over.
Well,
window
yeah,
where-
they're not matching. That must be a replacement.
Yeah, that one's stained glass or leaded.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
So that's lead in between the pieces? Oh. I touched it. Yeah. All right. So you say this was a ballroom?
That's what I've been told, but I'm not 100% sold.
Okay. Yeah.
The wood. I think if you're having a ballroom, if you're this kind of family, you would use the woodwork.
Well, the family planning on the dance.
Yeah.
You know? They probably,
Yeah.
they make it all look long. And hooks, so they were out there, oh.
Yeah, the tiniest of crawl spaces.
Oh,
is that
my.
actually Access?
Put your,
Is that hall? I mean, can nobody get up there? Even you couldn't get up there.
other, the Adams family and.
I've been restoring old houses for a good part of 15, 20 years. I had one in Hutch. That it's a sad story for me because of the ending of it, but it was built in 1850.
Oh.
200 acres. I had outbuildings, a barn, a creek. It was this big six bedroom, 3-story house.
Oh
I
my.
was the second owner of it, and I was taking pictures one day, and there was, they talk about orbs, and it went all the way down the hallway, and I was just taking pictures like this, and every picture I took, and then I went down the stairs, and I took it coming down the stairs, and
Now, what's an orb?
it was just a ball, a glowing ball in the picture.
Oh, wow.
And then we and my mom were working on it one day. We heard people walking upstairs, and we checked the
So
whole
it's
house.
haunted.
It was. I sold it to a guy who burned it down for a trailer court.
Wow. Wow.
He burned everything down. It was a
He didn't demolish it, he just burned
He
it.
burned it.
Wow, is that cheap way of demolishing?
Well,
Maybe just takes it to ashes.
it looked like the Adams family house. It had a 5-story tower with the windows wall
Wow.
and stained glass windows and this big,
That should have been moved.
this
Oh my
big
God.
oak staircase. And I went to check on it one day, and it was still smoking. He bulldozed the barn, and it had a greenhouse, and it had a slate house.
But you sold it to him?
I sold it to him.
Okay, wow.
And he put trailer homes. I was like,
Wow.
I didn't go back to Hutch for like 8 years.
Oh my.
That was my baby.
So what is this? Why did there a red light here with the switch?
I have no clue. I don't know what that was.
Looks like some emergency button or something.
I probably just
Do you know about these?
What's that?
There's a red light with the switch here.
probably just called.
Well, this is a newer one. I mean, obviously that was put in
Yeah.
before. I've seen it before, but I'm not sure. It maybe just comes on. It alerts you it's on. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's be a lot of electrical exploration.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Mm.
very neat. It's very original.
What cause that to crack like that?
Oh,
That's
that's-
interesting.
Oh, the glass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Ooh.
I guess glass just under pressure. Maybe just.
It could be some settling in the building.
Uh-huh.
Put some pressure on that. It's weird to just crack that a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, that was another office.
Well, if you could almost have a museum.
Good. Well, I used to work, and I'm working on this other project with Cowtown, and they did express interest in having this moved there, because I have some other historic houses that they want, because they want to do a bed and breakfast in historic homes. They had an interest, but we'd have to cross a bridge, and the house movers said absolutely not crossing a bridge in this house.
Mm.
You know, the nice thing about Airbnbs and bed and breakfast, you don't need a big parking lot, you know? And, yeah, this, you could rent out a couple of rooms as an Airbnb, couldn't you?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
we talked about
Yeah.
a medical B&B.
Or medical
For
B&B.
medical, because
That's
there's a
right.
hospital right here. Now,
Yeah.
we just have to redo all the plumbing. If
Yeah.
you go in the basement, it's
Well,
all,
you have to show me, is it copper?
it's stainless, or it's galvanized.
Oh, so it's never been changed
It's
out.
never-
Okay, so you go right to excellent.
It has more clamps on it than it does actual.
Okay, yeah, so it's not the old.
Wow. Yeah.
And it needs to be replaced from the street as well.
Really?
Yeah, it's original galvanized coming out into the building.
But is it, okay, you'll have to show me the turn off on the building.
Yeah, the
Where it
city
goes into the city, yeah. get the 5 plate.
Yeah, oh yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to scoot here pretty soon.
Emergency shut off for boilers. Huh.
So this is all original. I'll give it a quick. It has, this was the laundry room,
Oh.
and it had the thing. I don't know where it.
That's a wooden piece.
It would have been with this house, but
Wow. Okay.
because this was in the kitchen,
Okay, that's one of the old cabinets.
Yeah.
Okay.
and that was an island from the '70s. But,
Okay.
so this was the laundry room.
Okay.
This is the boiler room.
This was before 220, I'm
This is the
guessing.
original fridge.
Cool.
Huh.
Okay, so this is the
This is the
that's the
boiler.
boiler, and that's the part that.
Yeah, he says those are rusted at the bottom. He could replace these, but that's the boiler, so he can.
Interesting.
Those are the original toilets. Like I said, they didn't throw anything away. So
Oh,
those are
that's
original
good because they replace. I wonder why they.
They didn't.
Are all the pieces there? Looks like they are.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay.
It's kind of neat.
I restore those.
Yeah. And this is tiles and
Okay, so he's
pieces
got.
that have fallen off the exterior.
Okay,
So we
so
have all that. But it's not,
not too many.
not in the greatest shape. But,
And
so we have good templates that we can take and have stuff done. And then, don't ask me why they had to break a hole in this.
Yeah, well.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
This was cold storage right here. So food pantry, and it has a new floor that we poured.
Mm.
So at some point they poured a floor.
here and here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
because I think this was a finished basement because there's woodwork even with the pipe. There's woodwork.
Uh-huh.
You see, it started at wood. So it was fancy.
In here.
Yeah, that's wood. And in the other room, you'll see they had trim around it, so they kind of framed the ceiling.
Okay.
This is the dishwashing room, where the ceiling is falling off.
Okay.
So that's original. They had it like that so they could reach the pipe. That's
Huh.
where the maid had to do the dishes.
Do dishes.
The washboard and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I'll show you where the service comes in. This is
This is what he's gonna either move or leave, huh?
I have a feeling he's just gonna leave it.
Yeah.
This is all legal documents?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
they're back from the 50s.
Oh my gosh.
So here's the end pipe. And it's just bad.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So the whole service needs new.
Just redo the whole thing before
Yeah, take it from the
before you
street
start
in.
having some serious leaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you said the pipe coming in?
It's right here.
That's the whole. That's the
Yeah.
city.
Yeah, that's the city
Yeah,
main.
that's the city comes in from there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And
Well,
you can see
Galvanized, yeah.
it's not doing its job.
So is water on or off?
It's
right now?
off.
It's off, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have to try it and see, you know, it might, I mean, it's just shiny. Huh. Yeah, you just have to try it because there's a shut off there.
Mm-hmm. Those
You gotta
gate
put some
valves just.
WD-40 on there, maybe get that loosened up. Or take this off and put a new one in. Yeah.
I mean, they put into.
So where was it where they didn't winterize it then? He's not been running heat during the winter?
He hasn't been running heat.
Okay, well it would have cracked then. Yeah. So you said you did turn it on at one time and
Yeah.
it spilled out?
And it was waterfalls in every room. Wow. Yeah.
So you quickly came down and
Yeah, I had 5 guys with me, and they said, "Turn it off."
how'd you turn it off? Here?
This is rusted. I turned it off at the
Oh, the
meter.
city, the meter. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Because I worry about those. I've messed with them before, and if
Well, he's got a clamp here, which is bad.
if they freeze,
Yeah.
sometimes they just break.
Yeah.
So did you drain out all? Is this functional? You can drain out all the water in the house from here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, you can drain it from just a little bit.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, you might have to drain it at different places, but yeah, hopefully.
It's even rotting that thing.
What is that thing? Must be the boiler. Must be something.
It's something.
It goes over here.
Is it? Yeah.
I don't believe it. I think it's probably sewer because the boilers are all wrapped.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's too small for a sewer line, kind of, unless it's a. And that comes down.
This
Is
is
it
sewer.
Huh?
This looks
Yeah.
like sewer.
Mhm. Well, that's a boiler.
Yeah, that's boiler. Anything that's
Okay.
wrapped,
Yeah.
it's insulated as boiler.
Uh huh. Okay.
So we got this. Where's that going to? It goes over there. Oh. That's got to turn off, so that's working. This one's in WD-40.
A lot of
lot of
Those are
them.
cold clean house for the fireplace.
Oh, that's where all the ash goes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. A lot of.
If we move it, most of this, this is all.
Well, I don't know about that big. 200,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Maybe a grant or something. 'Cause that's just a lot. Okay, so the pipes are from here,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're boiler pipes. So that's what that is. It's going through and down.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
It might be a drain, like a drain out.
well they cycle. There's a whole cycle system, and I don't know if it's one system or two or someone can split them up.
Yeah, you can see these go past that.
That's the sewer drain there.
Yeah.
But like you say, if it's wrapped, and that's all asbestos, which of course is.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
But yeah, you see this.
And remediation, that would be probably 50,000
Yeah.
just to get the asbestos removed, because they'll come in spacesuits and,
Mhm.
Oh my.
yeah, that'd be a.
You see clamp. This is all clamp.
Oh, wow.
Well, remember, but they might not
And
even.
that's not your work, huh? That's theirs.
That's theirs. They just kept clamping it. They didn't want to replace it.
Well, they
Oh
did
my
here.
gosh.
They did here,
Yeah.
and then copper there. Yeah, I bought an apartment building at Back Bay, and it was totally all galvanized for 12 units, and we had to replace everything with copper. We
Yeah.
brought a guy from New York who was out of work. Actually, he's a neighbor, and he was a plumber. And he worked for a month on that thing, and we had to get all that copper.
Oh
But
my.
today they use PEX, and
It's so much easier.
yeah.
That was
you just-
before PEX was invented.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, they went to a white PVC type thin thing for a while, but it was so flimsy
Yeah.
that people wanted something more sturdy, and you can clamp a PEX,
Yeah.
but you gotta have the clamp.
And you can bend it and twist it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So it's,
yeah, and you can color code it, but people use shark bites, but shark bites will pop off
Mm-hmm.
under pressure, but a clamp won't.
Too much.
So you gotta learn how to clamp. That's the main thing. They have the tool for it.
Oh yeah, I've done
Yeah.
it with Bob.
You've done it with Bob.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has a clamper
yeah.
too.
Don't do the shark bites
Well,
unless it's an emergency.
well.
But yeah, that's all gonna have to be
Yeah.
cut out.
That's not.
But I don't know. You know, you have to do it step by step. You know, it's gonna be a project.
Yeah. I think this house should be fairly easy. The walls are actually very thick. They're not a standard. So we, make a hole. We'll feed it down fairly easy for most of it. We don't have to create too many big holes.
Okay.
Which is, so how I like to do things is I'd probably feed it all down into here
Okay.
and then redo this. Just feed them, leave it
Top
loose.
to
Yeah.
bottom. Okay.
We make a hole, if like you're doing the third story, make a hole in the third story, make a hole in the second story, and just have a couple people feeding it.
Yeah.
Make a hole in the roof here wherever you think it's going to come out, or in the ceiling, and then
Well, you got a kitchen and you got four. Is it 4 bathrooms?
4 bathrooms.
4 bathrooms.
The small bathroom, that was easy. It's right here. So that I could plumb out in a day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's these mains. These have to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the hot water heater's good.
Yeah, I saw that. That was fairly
Yeah.
new. Yeah. So, and who was the boiler guy that you had come out?
It's Dan's Heating and Air,
Okay.
but they work with this boiler company. They subcontract because they don't
Okay.
do boilers. And not many people do.
Yeah.
So it's this other company they work.
Yeah.
Well, I
You guys are a
think
small town.
if
Those guys are a lot easier to work with, I find, and cheaper, and they're more amenable to those kind of quirky things. But I mean, there's always a possibility.
well, I
that it could be
think
cleaned. It'd have to be taken apart.
if
I don't know.
if it's going to be fully modernized, you wouldn't use a boiler anymore because you would just use a modern gas furnace.
A Munchkin is probably half the size. That might probably be the best thing to do.
Yeah.
You know.
Putting central heating and air in this, I don't like it in these old houses. There's several reasons. The ceilings, everything's so big, these aren't insulated. So when you pump hot air in, it has a lot of places to go that's out. A boiler kind of heats your space.
Well, it's the most preferred heat of all heat because it's moist.
Boiler?
Heat. It's moist heat.
Well,
Yeah.
moisture is not good.
Well, it is good if you want comfortability. You know. Because
And,
dry heat, can dry out your.
and it dries out the wood.
It dries out the wood. Yeah.
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 Wow.
So I've been
Wood
told
has to drink.
a lot of people by this house survived because it stayed on boiler. A
Mm.
lot of houses with paneling, these old panelings, they get central heating and air, and they start seeing the finish cracking off and
Yeah.
warping, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it's cheaper. It would cost almost, I would say, $80,000 to put central heat and air in this thing because you gotta bust the ceiling out, put holes
Well,
in there.
you just do zoned. You know.
Yeah.
You do the split.
Yeah.
You know. I think that'd probably be the best
Mm-hmm.
thing. You'd have to really architecturally design where they're not exposed.
With a visual.
Visual, yeah.
White box on the side.
They look kind of, yeah, but yeah. Well, I just that roof is what gets me to me. You know.
And here's a piece of the tile from the house. Ludovici T12, patented July 19th, 1898, and repatented in March 17th, 1903. Same year as the building of the entire house. Extremely old and still in great condition.